welcome back to my channel. Myself Varshini, and I'm here to discuss about a few of the skills which are very important in shaping your career and which we generally don't pay much attention. So this is something which I believe this video will help any newcomers or freshers who are just starting the professional career. I feel this would be very helpful to them, and they will inculcate all these skills from day one and come up with flying colors. Okay. So before getting into the video, I would request the audience to please go through my videos on my channel, and please do like, share and subscribe. Okay, just like before, let's not take much time and just let me get into the topic. Okay. um, so what the skills which I'm speaking about, these are called the soft skills. I mean, as part of the technical skills which we generally which you may know, like let's say if you wanted to get into data engineering, so you might be focusing on learning Python, SQL and some going through cloud computing, doing some hands-on, so right. So these are the technical skills, but apart from this there are other skills which definitely a person should have for a better career growth. So let me speak about that one by one, and here is the first one, first and very important, which is the communication. So here when I say communication, it's not about using some complex words or sophisticated English, but here I mean to say having or expressing your thoughts very clearly, keeping the audience into mind, and making sure whatever you say, that is crystal clear, and that is that is shared to the audience, right? So I think that is something everyone has to maintain, because let me give you an example. Let's say some person from your team or your peer member or your product manager or a manager comes to you and asks like, hey Varshini, please explain me something about whatever you have built, right? So the to this question, the answer is not same for every person. Like, it depends on whom you would be saying. Accordingly you have to tailor your words and you have to explain them. Let's say you have right, and I mean, when you are talking to a client who may not have that technical knowledge, so accordingly you have to put your words and make them understand using some real life examples, right? Let's say if I wanted to explain something about a data pipeline, right, or when I wanted to say ETL. So if I keep saying that data pipeline is a there are many where you can build a data pipeline using data factory, which is an platform as a service, and which is data orchestration model. And it, I think, okay, I mean, it is okay to some sense, but I feel there can be other way which you can easily explain. Like, you can say or you can explain them the people, like data pipeline is which will help you to bring the data from various systems between, or help you to move the data from between the systems, right? And it can be where you can pull the data as a CSV, normal Excel, or it can be from API. So it can be any source. So you will, by using this pipeline, you will extract the data and you will dump into cloud, and you can, I think you can explain uh, according to the audience, and you can explain in simple way. So that is what my point is. Okay. And let me go to the second one, which is the time management and prioritization. So because people might be definitely struggling with missing deadlines and tight schedules, and having pressure to submit the tasks, and using your weekends, right? I think these happens, but I believe that can be uh, like that can be improved by using or doing the proper time management and prioritizing your tasks. Like, I suggest to keep a note of the task whatever you wanted to work on for that day, right? And I suggest you to put it on paper or some stick notes, and you assign the task based on the priority, right? And accordingly, so when you put it on the paper, lot of the confusion will be removed and you will be clear on what to do, and now you will also know the priority, right? And so things will be very clear, right? And when it comes to assigning the priority, you can like reach out to your manager, or it all depends on various factors, like let's say it depends on how uh, like like who others are dependent on your task, right? So there are many things, like one thing is about the dependency and discussing, and the other thing is about discussing or aligning with your manager on the urgency of the task, right? So accordingly you can prioritize and work on it. And also, um, once you have clear things on mind, you can easily manage your time. And I have seen one of my managers, like she used to note down all the things, and she used to dedicatedly look into her emails or chats or any important task she used to pick up in the morning 5 a.m. because I think, I mean, it is something uh, that time where she can work productively, right? So everyone has their own time based on your team working style and all. So you'll get to know, right, at what time you can what is the time where you have to uh, where you have to be uh, like where most of the uh, where you be sometimes you have to take or into the meetings, right? So you can dedicatedly put that time for calls or meetings, and some other time to dedicatedly work on your task. Maybe you can put your a team status to do not disturb mode, and you can start working on it. So once the task is done, then you can revert back, right? So I think these things something which you can follow on day to day life. And also one more thing I wanted to mention about the Pomodoro technique. Like when it comes to time management, let's say if you wanted to do something, some task, I mean, at a time it may feel very lengthy or very big, or right. But I think if you divide the work into different subtasks, and if you try to put allocate some time to complete the subtask and take a break in between, and if you complete in such a way, I think you can accomplish whatever the task you have very easily, right? And let me go into the next point, that is on the problem solving under pressure. Oh, okay, this is something which I noticed common in freshers or most of the people. Like as soon as there is some ETL failure or some production escalations, people get to panic, like what happened. I mean, it may get like the client may look into it, and it may be escalated. Don't know the reason, and people keep on assuming, acha, I have done that, I have done this, maybe due to that change this has happened, right? So what I suggest is don't panic, because every nothing is rocket science here. So just believe, uh, have confidence in yourself, and first you try to identify the root cause, because the more you panic, the more the time takes, the more worse the situation will be, right? So first you try to be cool, and first try to analyze the root cause of it. Like let's say if any issue comes on production, first try to think about, like, are there any recent changes done to the production, right? What is the module of code changed, right? You can just try to review, or maybe you can discuss with those people who have developed it, right? Try to understand the changes done. So in that way, slowly you will get to know, okay? But if you keep panicking, so you will not be able to think properly and solve the problem efficiently, okay? I mean, these all things comes with experience. Maybe what you can do, you can just keep a note of your logs, and keep our analyze the trend, right? So maybe if you're working on a tech stack, so as and when you progress, the things would be common for you and you will learn it. Okay, but my only request for people would be like, don't hurry or don't panic and just be cool and do your own job. And next comes the okay, cross team collaboration, which is also very very important when you want, like, where if you wanted to grow your career. So this is very very important, because collaboration is something where it defines your identity on how you are working with different people, different teams, right? How you are gathering the requirements, how you are making sure that everyone is aligned between the teams, right? And how you are able to drive the teams, right, on a certain task, and how you are approaching to a problem when there are multiple discussions on board, right? So I think these all things will be there. um, so what I suggest is, whenever you are working with people, first be professional, and try to first try to understand the requirement. Try to have, instead of just like, let's say if you are connecting for the first time, so try to have some build something, some kind of rapport with them, right? And maybe share, you can share your about yourself, you can ask about them, right? So this will give you a positive vibe to work with, right? And then comes about understanding the requirement, right? Maybe you can take time after you go through the requirement, and post that you can do little bit of your homework, and then go back to them with a consolidated list of questions, not like, hey, I have one question, two question, not like that. Once you take the requirement, go through it, do your homework, and go with a consolidated list of questions to them, and I think everyone would be happy to answer. So I think based on this, you are making sure that uh, like you are using your time also efficiently. And it is also, here it also comes like, there are many things, but for now I think I'll just keep it simple. Like I mean, you understand the audience and you just talk accordingly, and also you actively listen and then speak, right? I think this will definitely help you in collaborating with team and various people. Okay, and then comes the adaptability. So adaptability is something um, like changing according to the need and upskilling yourself as time passes, right? So maybe today you might have started learning C++. Later, depending on some other requirement, you may need to learn Java, then Python, right? And new tech stack, I mean, when you are solving a problem right now with some tech stack, so in future there will be n number of options might be coming up, right? So you have to be updated with all the other possibilities, because always market looks to have the best, do the best, right? So I think this is something which not only for your career, I mean, for your personal well-being also, because we have to be constantly learning and upskilling. Then I mean, that will help you to gain knowledge and climb up your ladder, right? And next comes the critical thinking and business context. Okay, so apart from the other skills which we speak about, so the other most important thing would be critical thinking. Like, let's say when you are asked to do some task, it's not about just like doing what they have asked for, but also to ask few questions like, who uses it, why is it required, why only this way, why not this, what are the other possible options, what are the other alternatives, right? So I think these are something which you have to question yourself and also discuss with the team and get the clarity and understanding, because this will help you build more efficient and quality products, right? So this is something which you have to inculcate. I mean, be clear on the questions, like the question words, who uses it, why it is required, what is the benefit of it, right? So these things are very very important whenever you do some any kind of task. Okay. Then uh, other last but not least is the receiving and giving feedback. So here, uh, I mean, whenever you are working with a team, so we may not be perfect, right? So there, I mean, definitely there will be places. I mean, there will be cases where you have to be improved, right? You have to be excelled. So having or taking, whenever you receive some feedback, you should have the mindset to take it positively, and you should also um, introspect yourself time to time and keep journaling your progress, right? Maybe last 6 months, last 3 months, what I have done, how better I can do, right? What is the feedback which you might got from your peers, right? How you can improve, or you can also proactively go and ask them, like maybe after a demo, how did you feel, were you able to get anything out of it, right? So I think something which you can ask, and you can take the feedback and as well as give the feedback as well, uh, positive feedback whenever you work on something, right? So to conclude, what I can say is, I can the skills which we spoke about, that is communication, time management, prioritizing the task, right? Having like positive mindset, and collaborating with people, and adapting to new technology and moving forward, and critical thinking, thinking out of the box, right? And also taking the feedback, and self introspection and growing. So I think these are very very important one. Everyone should focus, not only in software industry but everywhere. um, I mean, these will shape your identity. I completely believe that this will help you stand out of the crowd, right? um, so I request everyone to follow this and practice this from the day one. Okay. So if you like the video, please subscribe and comment your feedback, and do like and share. Thank you.